blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, you ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Whoever is in here, if anyone decides to chat today, I have no idea. Intro is just too damn long and not right. I gotta do something about the intro. I don't know. I may get rid of it altogether or switch it up. My old intro I can't use anymore because apparently that may have had something to do with the demonetization because it was being repetitively played, and after it was already being used for over a year, the person decided they wanted to start claiming my intro. So but not like copyright wise, they just claimed the monetary video. What's up, ESPA girl? Hello, hello, welcome. I'm running on 3 channels right now, so we still only got 5 people in here. But yeah, I'm trying to get back on here. I don't know how well it's gonna work out, but we're gonna try it one way or the other. With the new channel, it's just gonna be a matter of time. It just has to build and get people to watch it, and more that show up. It'll grow. It's new. It'll grow. The one with the almost 13,000 subs now is still growing, but it's been demonetized. It's like shadow banned. So I still tagged that channel. So I'm streaming to that Chris Exposed, to the Chaos After Dark, and to Life with Krista. Life with Krista is the brand new channel. Chaos After Dark is the one from Mr. Exposed. That's his channel. And then this one. So that we can try to get the notifications out to enough people to see if they're going to show up or not. Who knows? I have no idea what the hell this is. Hold on. Oh shit. We got a bad storm coming. Looks like neighbor just sent me a picture of the radar. The hell? You in here? No, he's not. We got bathrooms here again. And they're working. He's gonna be having to work in the storm. Uh-oh. What's that gonna mean? I swear we can't deal with these people for 2 days. Looks like we got a storm coming.
I know. Looks like I got the wall bent, so that's the only part that's rain dependent.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been a while. So you probably aren't up to date with what's going on. I said it in the last couple lives, but there's really not been anybody in there except for like one. Uh, Mr. X, if I don't know if you were around before I got my gastroparesis diagnosis, before I went septic, before I got my cancer diagnosis, all of it. Mr. X had fallen at our old apartments where we were at, apartment condos, whatever the fuck you want to call them. We paid out the ass for this place, and they didn't mitigate the snow and ice, and he ended up falling and getting severe right frontal lobe damage, so traumatic brain injury, and everybody's having fun with the Mr. X being kind of you know Oh, you go all the way back. Let's see, KJJ. So, okay, a lot of people still aren't aware of this. So, we went to the ER that night. They were afraid that he had had a stroke because his eye was messed up and everything, and it was so severe. They ended up finding out it wasn't a stroke, that it was just a traumatic brain injury, which is not just, it's severe. We ended up going down to Amen Clinics, dropping five fucking $1,000 on the scan. We had no choice to though, because it's the only way we're possibly getting his head fixed, right? Because in these last 3.5 years, he had to deal with everything going on with my health, on top of his head being messed up and going through extreme emotions and rage and anger. And they did this test on him, and they're like, you know, dude, he's textbook TBI victim. So they're saying he's not getting enough oxygen to certain parts of his brain, which is affecting his decision making and his impulsivity, his the right front of the lobe area. If you know what that controls, it controls like a lot of shit, and from his emotions to rage and anger, and all them times when Mr. X would snap out and people would be all laughing or talking crap about him. Those were rage because at the same time he's really protective over me and my health conditions and all that with everything that I've went through. But he's been suffering this whole time with this head injury, and it's progressively gotten worse. It's to the point now to where like he'll be 2 or 3 sentences in, and hold he can't hold conversations barely at all unless he's got somebody there that's listening very closely, and it could put him right back on track where he was at. Because if you can't put them words right back in his mouth, then it don't matter if you can tell him what he was talking about, because he will forget what the point was, and then he goes that it spikes the rage and anger and all that, because he thinks people think he's lying or think he's stupid or think that that he's mentally handicapped, or he goes through all that. He has a severe fear of falling now, like everything, all the way down to the shower. Like I have never heard somebody in a shower have that as much problems as him, with playing, because you'll hear his feet in the shower one, because bath fitters here right now working on the shower, because we had to have a shower put in, different shower, because he could not stand in the old shower without falling, because it would slip. And I think a lot of that was the paranoia and the PTSD from falling and having such a bad thing happen when he fell the last time. Now his fear of falling is just horrible. Uh, but his memory's getting really bad, all of that. So they have decided that there's no surgery or nothing like that that can be done, but there is just certain things that they're going to try to do to even a 10% increase would do him sufficient, um, like would do him amazing. So 10% difference in the oxygen that he's getting to his brain. So that's the main concern right now, is that. And then they're shooting for 30 to 50% more oxygen than what he's getting right now. it's like starving his brain. And then when on a SPECT scan, it shows you multiple different things. And then like when it goes to the like, the emotion side of it, um, and the cognitive and all that, he has a very, in the past, hold on, someone's calling. I'm not answering. All right. So in the past, can you guys hear me? All right. All right. In the past, so he is like took an IQ test and scored really, really high. He graduated summa cum laude is the top one, right? He's magna cum laude is what I think he did. But he did the one that not the highest one, but that's what he graduated. He was on the national dean's list. He is very intelligent, but it's the emotional part of his brain is working a whole lot more than the cognitive part of his brain, and so like every morning you guys are going to hear all about it because that's going to be part of what I'm talking about. And we're going to start talking about, I'm going to talk about TBIs and everything that he's gone through with this case and all that, and I'm going to expose the other attorney, and it's the long, everything's getting ready to come out because he ended up getting screwed on the case, and how is so fucked and so unethical. And I hope this bitch loses her license. But or her whatever, her right to work as an attorney, because this is what this chick has done is just insane. But they screwed him, and I'm good. I'm talking about it. I'm telling everybody about it. I'm saying exactly who she is and what she did, and I don't care if people protest her home, her job. I don't care if people call her home, her job. I don't, and I'm not encouraging people to, but I don't care if they do, because once these people realize what she did, and 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 I'm going to literally show you guys the scan that he had. I'm going to let you hear what the doctor said. And this is something that you can only, this clinic provides this type of thing. And you guys are going to be like, oh my God, like, man, you guys had no idea that what you were dealing with was Mr. X in reality because of that. It's stressful to say the very least. He's like every morning emotional when he gets up. I stay in bed usually for an extra 30 minutes to an hour. I usually take my meds, roll over, take my meds in bed, and then lay there. Because he's emotional every morning, and then I have to let him get his medications in him. Let him sit there and get through whatever it is he's battling that morning, and then come in here and try to talk to him, but not try to do any like long form conversation because it's harder for him to keep up. And he's realizing more and more how much he is missing and what he's catching it. He's seeing it, and like I played video for him because I've recorded it because he didn't believe some of the stuff was even happening. He was in denial. And sometimes he will say that like I said or did something that I totally did not say or do. And it'll just be something like it doesn't even matter, but it's still like in his head it happened. And like he's got to a point now where he believes what I tell him, but for the longest time he was like thinking that I was doing stuff that I wasn't doing. And I we do have cameras in the house now. We've had them for a long time on the outside, but we have interior all over now because if there's ever a dispute on whether or not something happened or whatever, I can always pull the cameras up and say, look, this didn't happen, babe, or that's not what went down, and that's helped in showing him and helping him realize, that there is something going on, and he now that I don't know if that's worse than him not knowing that it was as bad as it was. Um, I don't know if a lot of you guys noticed he kind of went dormant over these last. So did I. I mean, he helped me get through what I was getting through with my health, and I don't know how in the hell he got through that without, like, I cognitively, like, how he got through that with the brain injury that he had. But he was able to give me medications on days that I wasn't able to function. He was able to mix the medications, put them into my lines, run them, all of it. And like I'm just amazed that he was even able to do that. And it's a battle. I mean, like, his dad, I'm not the only one that deals with it. His dad deals with it. Like the other day, he's so upset and he was out there and he got crying. And when he's crying, he's yelling and he's like, my head's fucked up. Someone needs to help me. My head's fucked up. And he's just crying and yelling. But I had to go out there and I yell at him and tell him to stop yelling at his dad. His dad's 88 years old. And he knows it, and he always regrets the yelling at his dad or whatever. But it's usually something like he's crying and saying, his head. That's always what he says. My head's fucked up. I'm fucked up. He's like, you guys don't understand how it is, like how bad it is. We do. We really do now since the test and the scan's been done, and you know he used to go by, Crazy Carl back in the day, and he did all kinds of crazy stuff. And like, that was him, and that was him when we first got together. And he calmed down, and especially after the accident in 2015, where he was in that car accident, he was T-boned by that kid texting and driving. The accident changed him and made him like a better person, and made him more empathetic. It made him more uh, caring, and it made him a better person. And it's like, since this fall, they took that recovery from him, because it's like he's going backwards now. He's going backwards back to the Carl he was before the accident in 15, the angry Carl that everyone, was like on pins and needles around half the time, because he was angry, and a lot of it was PTSD and ADHD and IED. There's all these different abbreviations for mental disorders that they've given him over the years. And so a lot of it's got to do with the service, a lot of it's got to do with being in prison, a lot of it's got to do with just the shit he's been through in life. And I mean, he really did grow up with a good father and mother and a good home life. And he was a military brat. His dad is the bird colonel in the Marine Corps. His dad was, one of the big wigs. So that's how he was raised, and strict Roman Catholic, grew up. And even as a kid, his ADHD was so bad that they didn't really know what it was, because he's 57, so they didn't really know what it was back then. They were feeding him barbiturates and shit, had him climbing off, like, he was literally, they caught him in the kitchen one day, and they lived in a really nice home and all that, so there's like this house, it's like cabinets, all the way to the ceiling, and he's at the very top one, he had a box of Jello, just pouring it in his mouth. And his dad came in one day and seen that and pulled him off all the medications. And finally they found a doctor that he still sees to this day that isn't. I think the doctor is actually younger than him, but they finally found a doctor when he was in his 20s that worked with him and figured him out and figured out the right medication dosage to get that kind of leveled out. But it's, I don't know, this whole deal with his head now is, he says now he's, if I just had I wish I just had my ADHD to deal with now. Like, he wishes that was all it was. And because he's got severe depression, anxiety, horribly, paranoia. Um, there's absolutely no filter. He says it's like things come out of his mouth, and he doesn't even, like, his brain does not even think about it at all. His impulse shit is broke because he whatever. I don't even think it's a thought. It just blurt shit out. And they said that could be from the head injury as well. Like, it's almost like a Tourette's type thing where it removes the filter. He had a filter for a while, and it's nice. Like, all y'all got to meet him when he, after the wreck, he was through it. Don't worry about scratching that door or anything. That door's getting replaced. It's wood, and it's painted brown. Yeah. We just got back from getting his head scanned, or we would have had all these bags put up.
Oh, it's no big deal. I've had worse. I'm just glad it's not the second story. Second stories are the worst.
Yeah.
Trying to get this upstairs.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this guy is doing a lot better than when they had actual crews out here working on it before. But I mean, his dad financed it or whatever, but if his dad's going to be paying out for that, because like I said, though, that's it. He could not stand in that thing. So that's why they did this, and I'm not going to let his dad pay for something that's not right. So I made sure that it was exactly right. And this is now number 4. There's a 4th replacement. They replaced it 3 times prior to this. I'm a bitch I guess they call me a Karen when it comes to that shit, because I'm just not gonna let his dad get ripped off. No, but this guy right here has been great. If any of you guys watch Tara's World on YouTube here, there's her boyfriend calling on there. It's who this guy reminds me of. About to step outside. It's about to get it. Shouldn't get it. Getting bad weather here in southern Indiana. Wherever the hell you guys are, be careful. Hopefully his dad comes inside when they get here. Oh, I thought there was the dog. Yeah. It's about the nicest wind. Right before it starts to shit. Oh, it's green. This is not pretty. He's like a younger Morgan Wallen looking kind of guy. It's kind of cute. I told Carl earlier, he's like, you're silly. Oh shit, here goes the wind. You done with the cord? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna plug the back thing in. This is crazy. Big old storm coming, and it's gonna be me, the doggies, and the bath fitter. Carl and his dad are gone together right now, so it's about the only person Carl goes anywhere with anymore. I still got the red hair right now, but I'm getting rid of it tomorrow. So I'm gonna get pulling the red out of it, going back to just brown. Not the dark brown, not like the black brown. We're about to hear our horns here locally go off. Hey guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta do a radar check for his dad because we ain't gonna let him drive back with this shit and getting it. But love you guys. I will be back on later this evening for sure. Bye.